Imagine yourself sitting with your family in your warm home, enjoying your time together, and suddenly, without warning, a group of criminals breaks into your house and end your life and the lives of all your family members unjustly. This is exactly what happened to the Tate family. A story that shook the entire world, especially in America, and this is what we will talk about in this video. The murder of the Tate family is considered one of the most infamous crimes in the history of the United States. It was committed by a group known as the Manson family, led by Charles Manson. These crimes were not driven by personal hatred toward the victims, but were part of a larger plan that reflected the paranoia and disturbed thoughts that consumed the Manson family's minds, along with their leader's desire for revenge and fame at any cost. Today, in this video, we will discuss the top 5 facts about the Tate family murder. Charles Mills Manson was an American-born criminal leader who was born in Ohio. From a young age, he was known for his violent and harmful behavior towards his friends and neighbors. He was also notorious for his frequent absence from school. It was reported that at the age of 9, he set fire to his school. His first actual crime occurred in 1949 when he robbed a small store in his neighborhood, leading to his first arrest by the police. After his initial release from prison, numerous reports were filed against him, including assaulting a girl, forging stolen checks, and other offenses. These led to his second arrest in mid-1967. After his second release from prison, Manson formed a gang known as the Manson family, based in California. This gang was responsible for several crimes and acts of chaos across the United States. On the morning of August 9, 1969, the Manson family carried out the murder of all the occupants of the Tate residence. This crime took place at the home of American actress Sharon Tate in Los Angeles, where 4 members of Charles Manson's cult broke into the house and ended the lives of 5 people. The killings were tied to Charles Manson's bizarre ideas and were part of his vision for a conspiracy he called Helter Skelter, inspired by a song by the Beatles. Manson believed this would incite a racial war. His plan involved killing celebrities and planting false evidence to implicate black individuals, making the murders appear as though they were part of a black uprising against white people. He assumed this would provoke a violent response from whites, accelerating the outbreak of the racial war he envisioned. The attack on this particular house was motivated by the fact that its previous owner, a musician, had refused to collaborate with Manson on producing his music. This rejection drove Manson and his followers to target the house as a symbol of revenge and chaos. The first criminal, Charles Manson, was the mastermind behind the crime, and we have already provided sufficient information about him in this section. The second criminal, Tex Watson, whose real name is Charles Denton Watson, served as the field leader of the crimes and was responsible for most of the violence in all the murders. Born in 1945 in Texas, he was a successful student before joining the Manson family. He became one of Charles Manson's closest and most loyal followers. Tex Watson was the one who killed Stephen Parent, Sharon Tate, and Jay Sebring, the third criminal. Susan Atkins was one of the main perpetrators of the crime. She was born in 1948, had a troubled childhood, and joined the Manson family after meeting Manson at a party. She also stabbed Sharon Tate and wrote the word pig on the wall using Sharon's blood. The fourth criminal, Patricia Krenwinkel, participated in stabbing several victims, including Abigail Folger. She was born in 1947 and struggled with low self-esteem. Before joining Manson's group, the fifth, Linda Kasabian, acted as the driver and lookout during the crime. She was born in 1949 and joined the Manson family for a short time before the murders. Although she did not participate in the actual killings, she witnessed everything. Finally, Leslie Van Houten participated in the murder of the LaBianca family the night after the Tate murders. She was born in 1949 and joined the Manson family at a young age. She stabbed Rosemary LaBianca 16 times. The verdict issued against them was fair. The trial began in June 1970 and lasted for several months. The courtroom was filled with strange events, as Manson and his followers attempted to influence the jury and the judges in any way they could, including shaving their heads and carving crosses on their faces. However, they failed in all their attempts. The sentences issued were as follows. Charles Manson, initially sentenced to death, but the sentence was commuted to life imprisonment in 1972 after California temporarily abolished the death penalty. He remained in prison until his death in November 2017. Susan Atkins, sentenced to death, and the sentence was also commuted to life imprisonment. She died in 2009 due to cancer. Patricia Krenwinkel, sentenced to life imprisonment and remains in prison to this day. Leslie Van Houten, initially sentenced to death, but the sentence was commuted to life imprisonment. She was released in 2023 after spending over 50 years in prison. Tex Watson, initially sentenced to death, but the sentence was commuted to life imprisonment. He remains in prison to this day. At the end of the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let me know what you want to see in the next one.